What up?
Oh, are we going?
Yeah.
We're going. Out the window.
Out the window.
Nips is sick. He has diarrhea. He couldn't make it today.
Whole ass is exploding right now.
So we have a replacement. Dwight.
Named after Hall of Fame basketball player Dwight Howard.
Yep. Dwight Howard right here.
That's not what he was named after?
And we also have Hal Watts on the couch today.
Welcome, Hal Watts.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
What is our first thing we want to talk about? A Superman trailer?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. What were you guys' first initial thoughts?
Well, I've waited for a lot of years as a comic book fan for such a moment to occur. It's been, it's going to be 12 years next year that we have had just a straight up solo Superman movie. And he is the greatest of them all. So it's just been a long time since it's been done right. So let's get it going. I love the colors. I love that it's more hopeful. So we're on the right track. And then the dog, it's got a doggo in it.
The dog is cute.
Doggos.
See, I like the trailer a lot. It's a good trailer. I'm excited for a new Superman movie. But, you know, it should have been like a black woman. They should have went just full DEI, and I wish Superman was black. I wish Lois Lane was, a person of color.
Puerto Rican Lois Lane.
Yeah. They should have done, if we're just doing it, they should have went all out for the new Superman movie.
I'm not opposed to that idea.
Yeah.
But it might be a little too radical of a difference for people to really grasp.
Well, instead we got, white Superman, white Lois Lane, white everybody, even Lex Luthor's white. You could have thrown one in there, If we were going to go white everybody, they should have at least DEI'd the dog and put a pit bull in there as Crypto instead or something. They could have gave us a pit bull Crypto.
I don't know a lot about dogs, so I don't know what type of dog that was in the trailer for Crypto. But
that was a white person's dog for sure.
Like a Labradoodle or something like
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
I think.
yeah, the dog that they usually have represent Crypto in the comics is actually different from that lab. So people actually brought that up. So there's your little DEI things.
Yeah, but they made it an even whiter dog. Is the problem?
They should have went with a Rottweiler. My dad
Yeah.
always wanted a
A
Rottweiler.
Welsh Corgi.
Yeah.
They should have done a Welsh Corgi.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but sure.
It's a little tiny dog.
Oh, okay. Like a poodle?
Little,
No, it's like a little dog with little tiny legs and
little wiener dog thing.
Oh, kind of like Scrappy Doo?
Kinda, yeah.
well, Welsh Corgi, they have pointy ears and
Yeah.
Okay.
stubby
okay.
little legs. But they're cute.
Something like that. The
I
only
would-
whiter you can get is you get this right here. It's a golden retriever.
Is that what he is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, he knew he was being called. Right, buddy.
Speaking of Scrappy Doo, you remember the Scooby-Doo movie?
the live action.
The very
Yeah.
good movies.
Yeah, live action were really good.
Yeah. It's kind of wild, too. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr., they're breaking the mold as far as Hollywood couples. They've been together for over 20 years.
True, yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of crazy.
Those were good movies.
They were.
Those were better than almost any other trying to make kids shows into live action TV shows. That was
Yeah.
the best.
It's also the most 2002 movie you've ever seen. Just the haircuts,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
the music, the the way they dressed.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Just the spiky hair, the
That's
the
hip
frosted
now.
Mark
tips.
McGrath.
All that stuff's coming back.
The frosted tips,
All that
Frosted
stuff's
Tips.
coming back now.
Yeah.
It's hip now.
Frosted Tips are coming back.
Isla Fisher's in that movie.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, who is that?
She's a redhead comedic actress. I guarantee you've seen her in a few things. She's also the wife of Sacha Baron Cohen, another comedic actor who's
That racist guy.
No, the dude who did Borat and shit like
The
that.
racist guy.
He's not
the
racist.
racist guy.
Borat is racist as shit.
Borat, the movie?
Yeah.
Well, it is a comedy.
And like I
It
heard
is
like
comedy.
really like fucked up things about
Is,
him. Like
is everything fine if it's in a comedy?
I'm not saying all that, but
So it's racist.
I think that was it was deliberately trying to be like a certain like
Racist.
parody.
Yeah.
But in any case, Isla Fisher's his wife, and then
He's literally not allowed in that country.
yeah, he pushed some boundaries in Borat. I think there's 2 Borats too.
There is, a new one where they Rudy Giuliani sexually assaulted one of the actresses. Wait, you never heard about that?
No.
The main actress in the show, they like I forget what it was. I think they like set up a fake interview with Rudy Giuliani and this actress, and then at the end of the interview, he like she kind of leads him
Gropes
on.
her?
What?
Gropes her or whatever?
I'm pretty sure he starts like undressing, like he thinks they're about to have sex, and then Sacha Baron Cohen comes running in and stops it.
gross.
But yeah, it was like a pretty big scandal at the time.
Yeah.
And that was around the time Rudy was melting too.
Yeah.
Melting.
Matthew Lillard, by the way. He plays Shaggy in those movies. And
Love him.
yeah, like, and then it's crazy because we know him. We probably all were introduced to Matthew Lillard first in that movie.
Scream.
But I was just about to say, like, I grew up, and then like now, and then I realized his probably his most iconic role is as Scream, being Stu.
Without a paddle for sure.
My dad loved Without a Paddle.
That's Matthew Lillard's most iconic role.
I've never seen that movie.
Well, that's okay, but Scream is everything.
It's
you know?
everything.
I'm a big Scream person. Aren't you a big horror fan in general?
Oh yeah, I love Halloween. I have the whole sleeve.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many like horror characters do you have on your like?
I have Michael Myers, Jason, and then I have a bunch of like random things like ghosts and coffin, and I want to get more like Freddy Krueger, Hannibal, Jigsaw.
When are you getting Billy and Stu on there? Just like 2 different Screams, like
Oh.
Ghostface.
I want to get Ghostface, but I probably won't get more than one.
You should do the more iconic one and get what's his name? Doofy from Scary Movie.
Oh my god! The guy
Isn't
with
that
the
his name?
hands?
Doofy.
I don't know.
The hand?
No, he is the bad guy in the Scary Movie. He was like, he plays like, I don't know what to call him, like an idiot the whole movie. And then at the end, when the main character catches on and realizes he was the one doing all the murders and stuff, he like completely changes his act, becomes like this super cool guy, and walks away.
Huh.
I can't
Scary
remember
Movie
which one
more
that is.
iconic than Scream.
All right.
What?
You want to start the debates early?
Scary Movie better than Scream.
Well, Scary Movie is like a horror comedy, and I mean, some people don't even think it's funny, like me.
When's the last time you saw it?
Years ago, probably. So I mean, I should probably give it another chance.
It's
Here's
funny.
the problem with Scary Movie is those movies are parodies, but they're only parodies and they're time capsule type of movies. Like it's only funny for that specific era of time. So if you don't understand like the jokes of the culture and the zeitgeist at that point in time, then they're not going to resonate the same way. Like we may get it, but the fucking Gen Zers right now, the Zoomers who are in like high school and below, and Gen Alpha, they won't really get those.
But that's with everything.
No, not necessarily. You know, there's certain things that are timeless.
There's like a
but-
handful of comedies throughout the years that have survived that you could go back and watch now. Like most comedies aren't funny after
No.
20 years.
No, that's not true.
If
Dumb and
you
Dumber.
didn't grow up with them.
I fully just disagree. Now, spoof movies they take from everything in the cultural zeitgeist that's different. Like, I grew up on the Naked Gun trilogies, and then Hot Shots, which were all created by pretty much
Those
by
are the
same
ones.
people. But what I'm getting at is they're decently funny they're still really funny to me, but I also grew up on them and I know like the era of time, but they wouldn't play out well now. But I'm saying that only for spoof movies. Like you just said how Dumb and Dumber, that's a prime example of something that would still be funny now. Step Brothers came out like 15-ish years ago.
Such a good movie.
I think Step Brothers falls into that category a little bit though. where if you showed someone Step Brothers now that didn't grow up with it, didn't see it when they were a teenager, and they're a teenager now, it wouldn't be as funny to them. I think Step Brothers hasn't aged as well as like some of the other comedies.
The one I think doesn't age well, even though I love it, is Wedding Crashers. That movie, that one's kind of there's a lot of things in that story.
Well,
like,
that's kind of what I'm saying, though, is that we only remember the comedies that are going to stand the test of time, but the ones that you don't really think about all that often are the ones that, you know, if you showed someone now that didn't grow up with it, they would be like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm thinking of, like, Dude, Where's My Car? Like,
yeah, that's really 2000s ass movie.
You show someone that now, or, like, Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
You've never seen Malibu's Most Malibu Tay?
Yeah. No. If you showed that to some kid now, I don't think they would think that's funny.
What was the one iconic line that he would say in the movie? I can't remember. I can't remember. It wasn't the... Oh, man, I don't even know. But that's a funny movie.
Well, I think we're not even having I don't even think we're on different sides of this conversation. Like, it's not even.
You just think it's spoof movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But I kind of agree with what you're saying too. Of like the lower tier comedy ones, they're not gonna last long term. Like, remember Fire It Up? I think it was.
Yeah.
That one, you can't make that shit down.
No. I did watch it recently though, like a year or two ago.
Sex Drive. I mean,
classic.
I like Sex Drive, but
I've never seen that.
It's very anti-gay, but also pro-gay at the end.
I think Scary Movie, the first one, is different than the other ones though, because it was so heavily inspired by Scream that if you just watch Scream and then watch Scary Movie, they like play into each other. You could literally just watch Scary Movie and not watch Scream and understand Scream. Like it's like that much of a parody of Scream itself, and Scream is such a big thing that I feel Scary Movie kind of just works off that alone. But I agree, the rest of the Scary Movies are definitely time capsuled. But Scary Movie's only time capsuled in the same way that Scream would be.
Did you ever see you watched the Naked Gun and Hot Shots movies?
I've seen like one of the Naked Guns.
That's kind of what started off. I mean, really, you could say Airplane, which also starred
Airplane was the big one. Yeah.
It starred Leslie Nielsen, but what came after that was the Naked Gun trilogies, and then the same people who made those made Hot Shots.
Yeah.
And Hot Shots 1, both of them starred Charlie Sheen. Hot Shots 1 was straight up supposed to be a Top Gun parody all the way through and through. Like, it's literally just about, military Air Force and stuff. The second one flips it entirely, and then it's a Rambo spoof.
Yeah.
And then again, it has a ton of cultural stuff in there. Like, we didn't grow up around this time period, but the NBA used to have a tagline of like saying, "The NBA, it's fantastic," and they make a joke in Hot Shots too of like war, because it's all this explosions and bullets going on. It's like war, it's fantastic. But again, I mean,
that's basically what Israel does now. They just post on Twitter like, look at all the good stuff we're doing, and it's just like a devastated Gaza neighborhood.
I love those movies. I mean, you remember Superhero Movie? Did you ever see it?
Yeah,
starring Drake Bell.
That was around the time I saw him in concert.
Oh, not yeah, you're right, because it was around 08.
Concert?
Yeah, I got his autograph.
What?
Yeah,
that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he molested a child or something.
Allegedly.
Allegedly sexually assaulted somebody.
He was diddled himself, though, so I'm not
diddled.
Saying that's
okay.
Ew, that's a gross word.
Does that? If you've been sexually assaulted, all your future sexual assaults are in the clear.
Anyway, I don't know about it. I don't know the specifics. So it's not like he's Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson is like we got him. Like he's jailed. He's not coming out. He's in prison right now.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, no, the Drake thing is a little more iffy. I don't really know the specifics of all of that. But yeah, Superhero Movie, I thought it was really good even though it bombed.
That one though is time capsuled though.
Yeah, because one of the big jokes that was in like the trailers and stuff is like when he's first crawling up the wall, then he starts breakdancing on the wall and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
Like stemming from like Spider-Man 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought it was funny though.
Yeah.
Does he turn into like the Firefly or something? That's what it is. It's not even
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
I thought that was even like a cool idea and a cool design.
Because I thought that was like a spoof off of Green Lantern, like because he has like the green outfit and everything. But
It was mostly a Spider-Man spoof, but it
Yeah.
was still great.
it was good.
Leslie Nielsen's also in that right before he passed away too.
He's in all those old spoof movies, though.
Yep. He was like the main through line. Well, he wasn't in the Hot Shots ones.
Yeah.
But
He was in all the scary movies, though.
oh, was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
He'd always make like a little appearance.
He's like the godfather of them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
He
There
is
were
the
so
king.
many spoof movies in the 2000s. There's the Breaking Wind one, the Twilight
Oh
spoof.
yeah.
Vampire Sucked, the Twilight
Yeah.
spoof.
Vampire sucks.
That starred Annalise van der Pol, who played Chelsea in That's So Raven.
Oh.
Yeah, she played Jessica in that.
There was, I can't remember this one, but there was one I remember. There was like a big earthquake in the city, and they had to get out. It spoofed like all the movies. It spoofed like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I remember this part because it was disgusting. Where Alvin and the Chipmunks like ate people alive.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That sounds like superhero movie.
No, it was a different one though.
Oh, I can't.
I can't remember, but
I know,
it's
I can picture
disgusting.
that
Yeah,
movie.
they
It's
walk into this like
gross.
warehouse, and Alvin and the Chipmunks like pop out of garbage cans, and like they're super creepy looking, and then they like eat this one guy alive, and like you can see the guy's like spine and shit. Like, oh,
Gross.
Let's give credit to the Wayans family too. Like, Don't Be a Menace, that '90s one, spoofing all those hood movies and hood classics from back in the day. They also had Blank Man. Did you ever see Blank Man?
No.
That one was a '90s movie. I saw it as a kid. It's super funny. I think that was just like this nerd who decides to be a superhero type of thing, kind of like playing off of again superheroes. Yeah.
you
Well,
remember Little Man?
I do sadly remember a little
Sadly,
Oh my god, I love that movie.
weird. Wasn't he like fucking the mom at the end?
No,
No.
It was implied that he was gonna fuck the mom.
maybe I don't remember.
Well,
Yeah, it was weird.
there's a lot to say on that movie.
White Chicks was still the peak.
Oh my god, I love
Of
White
Wayans.
Chicks. I love
That one,
White Chicks.
that time capsule. I don't think it holds up.
You don't think Zoomers would love White Chicks?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. I love White
No.
Chicks.
Plus, I mean that movie's kind of racist.
Yeah.
They're
Towards
wearing
who?
whiteface.
Oh, yeah. I don't give a shit.
My
about that.
people don't respect that.
Your people?
Yeah, we don't appreciate that.
I don't give a shit. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's not
It
your
is
people.
hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm not gonna sit here and fully say that that's how black people see white people. It's also not 100% off.
God, I love that movie.
That was racist as shit.
Yeah, we're just going full fuck the whites in this one. Fuck the pale whites. By the way, what did you think of the Superman trailer specifically? Because you're not a big comic book fan.
I mean, it was cool. Like, it was a cool trailer. I love seeing the dog.
Dog.
All about animals in movies. Well, I guess it depends on like what movie, but
What'd you think about him punching that dragon thing?
dragon thing. He punched it?
I think it's implied.
Oh, well, that's cool. It was like Godzilla kind of the thing.
Did you think that was cute?
Did he punch it in the face?
Well, no, just the design.
Oh yeah. I mean, not cute, but it was cool looking.
Okay.
The like special effects and everything.
Okay.
But the
Did you-
trailer looked good. Oh, sorry. The trailer looked good.
Did you see the Henry Cavill movies and stuff? Like when he was Superman?
I think I might have seen one of them, but not all of them.
The one where they destroyed like a whole city? Like it was like a super 9/11 basically. It was like just
Oh,
blocks
no,
upon
God.
blocks of terror.
Yes. It was Super 9/11. There were thousands of planes just flew into Metropolis.
They were worse than
I know,
There
it was way
There was
worse,
a
but-
spaceship that
but to
plowed
descri-
through like a dozen like
To describe it
buildings.
as Super 9/11 is
the destruction in that
God.
movie.
No.
it's more like a bomb went off in the middle of the city, not
It's
that.
like Hiroshima.
Yeah, not that a bunch of planes flew
No,
into
I actually think
I'm just picturing all these planes just landing.
Superman
and
would have stopped
crashing.
that.
this is
into New
morbid
York
as
City.
fuck. But like
Superman
legitimately-
better than That So Raven. He would have stopped 9/11 for sure.
God.
9/11 wouldn't happen on Superman's watch.
Why do you hate Raven so much?
She just allowed 9/11 to happen. That's all.
The show wasn't even out when 9/11 before 9/11
but she was still
happened.
a kid.
She was like 12.
Yeah, but she wouldn't. She
America
she wasn't Raven.
hates
She was just Raven.
not just
Simone.
me. America should hate Raven.
I
What?
mean,
I love
All
Raven.
American firefighters should hate That's So Raven.
there were
Because
other
she didn't
psychics that were older. We talked about this last
They should
week.
hate the whole That's So Raven universe.
Well, what about? But that came out after 9/11 happened. So how would she have prevented 9/11 if she wasn't
She was
even
still
She
alive.
wasn't even Raven though.
She was like 13, but
Yeah.
still. Who would have believed a
And then-
13-year-old black girl
and then
from
when
San
the show started,
Francisco?
2003,
03, yeah.
the Iraq War starts. She lets it happen.
What was she supposed to do?
Weapons of mass destruction were not there. She should have known there's no weapons of mass destruction and put a stop to the war.
Well, didn't Final Destination come out before That's So Raven? So wouldn't they have been able to predict something happening like
Yeah,
that?
but they all die.
Not all of them. There's always a few survivors.
There's like one survivor, but
That's
like
enough. You're
That-
blaming. You're putting the world on Raven. Put the world on the people from Final Destination.
only if the scenario where they die in was 9/11 though.
I guess.
Otherwise they wouldn't know. But you're right. If like they were on a plane and they saw 9/11 about to happen and then they survived it, or like it was like a flashback moment or whatever and they avoided it but then allowed it to happen, you'd be right.
Well, would people like if they were on a plane and like someone just stood up and was like, "Oh, 9/11's about," they're like, 9/11's about to happen. Like, would you get up and be like, "Oh, this guy's crazy"?
I think that's
She
what
was
they
a
said on the
13-year-old
plane.
She was a 13-year-old.
That's definitely how 9/11
Hold on.
happened. The hijackers stood up on the plane and said, "We're about to do a 9/11," and just let it happen.
She was, just to be clear, she would have been like
That's definitely
13-year-old.
what happened.
I'm talking about the like another passenger on the plane like goes like like wakes up and is like, "Oh my god, we're about to crash," and nobody believes them. And then the hijacker's like, "Oh no, he's right." And then like,
We're about to do a 9/11. This is
yeah,
no one would have
that's
believed.
how it happened.
No one would have believed a 13-year-old black girl from San Francisco about this. If she was running to Congress for like days, they'd be like, "What is this insane child
Like,
doing?"
no. They would have been
Physically
like,
running?
"We know. We're organizing this. We set this up. Don't blow our cover."
Jet fuel can't burn steel.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
We know. Calm down.
So, transitioning out from That's a Raven, we do have a debate that needs to be settled on this couch.
I forgot.
I'm ready.
Stemming from last week's little digression, we have a battle of the white people shows. The Office versus Friends.
One's more multicultural than the other.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legitimately, we have the Office person right there. We have the Friends person right here. And we have a middle ground person who's actually seen both shows because we haven't seen the others.
I've seen more Friends than you've seen of The Office.
I've seen some clips.
I've seen
Clips
all
isn't the
each.
same.
You've seen all of each, right?
Yep, I've watched all seasons.
And which is better?
Well, hold on.
No.
Slow down.
Let's
No.
get right to
I'm making my pitch. You can make your pitch next.
I don't have a pitch. I
just
have the
know
better
which one-
show.
I know
That's
which
my
one's
thing.
better.
Friends.
I know which one's better.
Just hear me out, all right?
I'm listening.
Friends, first off, has a bop of a theme. Timeless, okay?
You mean the theme song?
Yeah. Okay.
Got you. I
Six
understand.
iconic characters. It came out 30 years ago, and in 30 years, it's become the most syndicated show of all time because of how timeless the storylines are, and the laughs and the joy. You get some great character growth within there. 10 years of greatness. You have all 6 of the main stars who stayed all 10 years, which is something I know The Office can't say. Greatness. Yeah, there's just a lot of great quotes, a lot of great moments, things like that. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The middling adventures of 6 white people in Manhattan, New York. Friends.
Well, The Office is actually funny, unlike Friends, so it's got that going for it.
Friends can be funny in some episodes, in some situations.
In terms of characters, though, The Office has some of the best characters ever put on TV.
It does.
Michael, Steve Carell's character, best character in the entire show. But then you have Jim and Pam, two of the most fleshed out characters of all time. They have like one of the most developed like love stories ever put on TV.
Okay, if you're gonna go that route, all right, I could do the same. All right,
I'll
That
defend
makes something
Jim
clear.
and Pam.
The Chandler,
Ross,
the
Rachel,
Chandler,
Monica Chandler.
the Chandler story arc.
Jim and Pam is better.
Chandler story arc. Hold on, let me just because you want to talk
I
about
would
Michael
say
Scott.
Jim and Pam is better than Ross and Rachel. Or
I'll give you that, but listen, here's what I'm getting at.
The one
Okay,
who's watched both shows.
Chandler Bing's story arc is beautiful. Okay, I think beyond anyone else's arc, his was the most. Not only just most flushed out, but like fulfilling. You got somebody who starts off, he's really ornery, he's lonely, has like zero confidence, he like avoids relationships nonstop and everything else. He finishes the show, he's a family man, he's like gotten over all of his subconscious issues, he's found love. Greatness right there. Oh, and by the way, just Monica and Chandler in general, I think are just as, if not better than Jim and Pam.
You
Okay,
have no
but, like,
idea about Jim and Pam.
You don't know what Monica and
I've
Chandler
watched
are.
more of Friends than you have of The Office.
with Jim and Pam, like it's really cute because you get to like experience their whole relationship, like from when Jim was like in love with her, trying to confess his love to her, and she was with Roy, and then you get to like just watch
very
their relationship
natural
grow and like
progression.
it naturally happens. I feel like Chandler and Monica was more like, well, they've been friends forever, so it was automatically you were assuming it was going to happen. But then like Jim and Pam, I just love that more because you can like you watch your relationship grow, you watch like what happens, like them having kids, starting a family. And like Monica and Chandler, like they're together, they get married, whatever. And then at the end, spoiler at the end, they adopt the kids and that's it. Then nothing else happens. But Jim and Pam, I appreciate more because you get to like grow with them.
You see the progression of when it becomes a full relationship. I get that. Monica's and Chandler's are more spur of the moment because specifically they were friends from the beginning, even before the show technically starts. But it was a shocker when they first hooked up. Legitimately, the actors, Courtney Cox and Matthew Perry, talk about when they filmed the scene of them hooking up, that like the crowd was just nonstop like going crazy for like several minutes after like they had nailed cut because that's how jarring it was. But from that point, I mean, they had little planted seeds beforehand that showed their like flirty chemistry in a couple episodes, but the actors had such great chemistry and the audience loved Monica and Chandler so much, they made them like a couple for the rest of the series when they were supposed to just be hooking up a little bit. And from that point, you see the progression of Monica, who's more mature and knows and has more stability mentally about relationships, and Chandler and all of his like insecurities and how they merge together and basically they fill each other's gaps and shit. Like Monica's extra ornery and she's more like type A with things, and Chandler's more go with the flow. So he gets her to relax. She adds structure to Chandler's life.
What?
And again, they get married, fucking beautiful. They go through the process of trying to have children.
Jim and Pam get married.
And have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Chandler and Monica have 2 kids. By
Yeah, but
the
they
end.
had I mean they did
You
get
were
married.
about to say, but they adopted them and they're not the same. What the fuck?
No, I believe in adoption 100%.
When Jim and Pam get together, that's also a shock in The Office. You don't expect it when it happens. It is a shock. It's like a big thing because the show starts with Pam is engaged to another guy.
Roy.
And Jim is in love with her the whole time, though.
That's pathetic.
Jim's a simp. We can all identify with the simp. One other thing The Office
so it's
has...
like Love Actually, basically. It's like that one. It's
I
like
don't
the
know.
fucking card part in Love Actually.
all I
Hell,
know
you
is
know what
it's
I'm
a better
talking about?
show.
Remember in Love Actually, the fucking cards and everything? The one dude is like in love with his best friend's wife.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that's Jim and Pam.
Well, like
They don't like Roy, though.
they don't like Roy. Everybody basically hates Roy and then are kind of rooting for them, but then they get together secretly and then they announce it like it's a big thing. And then you get to watch like their relationship like grow.
It's very natural.
But then like when he
Monica
gets
Bellucci.
with sorry.
No, what are you going to say?
One other thing, though, that The Office has over Friends, this is a big deal for me. Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
You literally were just arguing against those things.
No, I wasn't. I was for them. Superman should be black.
Yeah.
The Office, the Friends, who's all in the main cast? All 6, white. Office, main
Stanley.
cast, you got black guys. You got a Mexican gay guy. Dwight is something.
I love Dwight.
The white is something.
That might be like autistic representation. Dwight might be autistic.
Autistic?
ASD.
I don't know what that means.
Autism spectrum disorder. A
You're-
person with autism.
You're more woke than me.
Yes. That is,
So
I'll
you
give you
should
this.
like The Office.
I'll give you this, okay? So I'll say this much. From a diversity standpoint, it's complete ass in terms of Friends because it's not, it's a wash.
Yep.
Even by the end
Not
of
a
Friends.
wash.
No, I'm saying it's a wash for The Office, like in this argument, in this category, because even by the time Friends was ending 10 years later, people were like, why the fuck are there no people of color in New York City for you guys?
New York.
And then it had gotten such a backlash
Where-
that in the final season they finally gave like one person like a black significant other for a while. Like one of the characters
Oh.
gets a black
They
girlfriend.
DEI'd.
No, I thought Monica
They
did.
DEI
No,
in Friends.
they all dated white people. Even as you're saying that.
I can't remember.
There was
but-
like an Italian dude like in season 3, I want to say, for like 2 episodes.
Or there was a
maybe.
guy who looked like Tarzan,
Yeah.
who like had like the long
Yeah,
black hair. Who
let's
Rachel
make
dated.
this clear. Italians aren't white, right? Italians are like different than white people, right?
In this
That's
context, they're different enough. 'Cause
That's
you're
only-
right, Paolo in season
That's only
1.
Yeah.
recently when Italians became considered white. 50 years ago, 60 years ago, my ancestors, they would have been calling Italians slurs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But,
not very nice.
So then there's some diversity. There's like 2 Italians they fuck along the way. But then there's a black girlfriend in the final 2 seasons, but really like she was in like a collection,
Does-
maybe 12 episodes.
Who dates her? I can't remember who dates her.
Joey and Ross.
I
did.
thought it was Ross too.
They're Eskimo
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Oh wait,
Most of the cast
oh
are
my God. Yes, the
Eskimos.
one girl she was hooking up with Joey, but she was dating Joey, but she was trying to hook up with Ross. I remember that. I remember that. That was at the Hawaii trip or whatever.
That's another thing. The intimacy of the 6-person grouping, like what you mentioned, like to go into that realm, you know, Friends is they're such a tight friend group that they've all fucked each other. They've all made out. There's 2 that are siblings, but other than that, the rest of them have all done different things of like kissing, and there's a whole episode where they talk about how they all almost fucked each other
Yeah. Well, do you know where The Office takes place?
in Office.
No, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Joe Biden's hometown. The best president we've had this century, that's where he's from. It's also like a very white place, but they still put they made it inclusive even still.
The president that helped fuck us over for the next 4 years.
Yes. But his 4
What?
years in office were the best domestically we've had this century.
I would argue from a cultural standpoint, Obama.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Scranton, Pennsylvania put Joe Biden on the map. The Office made Joe Biden who he is.
Oh my God.
Michael Scott, the fictional character. If you're gonna go down this route, I just want to point out that there is no Office without Ricky Gervais and the English Office. They made
That's true.
Michael Scott, Jim, Pam, and all of them who they are. So
like-
really, you
Well,
should be
yeah.
thanking
The
Ricky
thing
Gervais.
is, when you watch The Office, though, and we've talked about this before, season 1 is a little duller than the rest of the seasons. It's kind of like the comedy gets toned down. That's Ricky Gervais.
you want to
Because
talk about
The Office season 1 is much more similar to the UK Office than the rest of the seasons, but then season 2, you can tell Steve Carell started like
He's his own,
exploring the
like,
character.
you
a
want
lot
to talk
more.
about DEI. You want to talk about staying woke
We got
and
rid of the
shit.
British guy
No, let
from
me-
the show.
let me
Get
put it
those
to you like
Brits out of the
this.
show.
Anti-wokeness is Ricky Gervais, and Ricky Gervais is the creator and the progenitor of The Office, which created the American Office.
We
right?
got him out.
On the other
He's out.
end, 2 of the 3 creators of Friends, gay. Bam.
Well, Ricky Gervais
Support
he
the
comes in an
LGBTQ
episode.
plus
though.
Ed Helms he's gay, right?
No.
No,
Oh,
he's not
okay.
gay.
Well, we,
They think he's gay. They think Andy's gay in the show, but he's not gay.
Outing Ed
we have.
Helms and
There
shit.
was a gay Mexican on the show, though. Oscar.
Here's
what I'm
Gay
getting
Mexican.
at.
We had old people
When you-
on the show.
When you promote The Office,
Who are
there's
you
plenty of
calling
old people
old?
and Friends.
on the show,
Who are you calling old from the show?
Creed.
There's plenty of old people in Friends.
Yeah, but these are
Just
main
ancient
characters.
ass
Phyllis.
people.
Yeah, Phyllis.
Love
You got
her.
Creed. You got
Bob
Phyllis.
Vance.
You got the uptight bitch, Angela. You got
Angel's not old. She's young.
Yeah, I know. I said she's an uptight bitch.
Oh my god.
You got
Hold on, they have a different range of characters in Friends too. But also, it's Friends also stems around
But the-
people in the prime of their youth. They're all supposed to be like 25, 26 when the show starts. And again, the character growth, they all end up as like married, coupled up parents and shit.
But like The Office is like good because like they take all these different characters who have nothing in common and like they put them together and then they all end up like doing the right, like going the right path.
Friends is one of the coziest shows you could ever watch because you want to have a friend group just like them. Not exactly like them in personality, but just that grouping that's that tight and interwoven and like connected forever.
The Office is supposed to represent your workplace, though. Like, you don't like everybody that you work with. Most of them are weird and you don't want to talk to outside of work. And that's what The Office is. It's just a bunch of people that are all together that don't really get along, but they're forced to because they all work together. And then over time, they start to grow like friendships and stuff, but it takes a while.
I just want to speak on the ethics real quick. Again, when you promote and love The Office, just know you fucking love Ricky Gervais a little bit. Okay? Just to be clear, audience, the reason why there's no Harry Potter books in the background of this nice little set is because you don't want to promote from an ethical standpoint J.K. Rowling anymore, but you're promoting fucking Ricky Gervais every time. You're promoting Ricky Gervais every time you promote The Office.
Well,
you can't say that about goddamn Friends.
Okay.
Gay people made Friends.
Let's make it very clear. There's a difference between Ricky Gervais and J.K. Rowling. Like, they are not even close to being the same people.
They're both anti-woke. They're both they're
There's
both
a difference.
they're aligned. They're in the same.
There's
they're
a
going
difference
down
between
that
being
same route.
anti-woke and very hard-leaning anti-trans. There's like a very big difference.
The gays made Friends. I just want to say that again. Had a beautiful trans.
Ricky,
and in fact, while we're in this
Ricky
area,
Gervais is like gay adjacent, right? Like, he could
I just
be.
want to, and again I really do want to go down this route because it just reminded me of two different storylines, which were very innovative at the time they came out. Friends had a gay lesbian couple and had a wedding episode about that.
But they couldn't get black people in the show.
Just to be clear, that episode, by the way, is very infamous for its time and also for a lot of years. It was like the least replayed episode in the show's history and stuff like that, but for its time period, which by the way, that episode probably came out in like 97-ish, phenomenal. Like, it was literally the first like gay wedding, I think, on like national television in America. Also, and
but they
towards
weren't
the
black gay people.
also
correct?
No.
My point stands.
Towards the end of the show, they had a very pro-trans argument episode, like a very pro-trans. This is also
was this post Matrix?
It was right post Matrix. It was just around like 2001-ish.
Right. So Matrix did it first.
Matrix didn't do it first.
Pro-trans.
The Wachowski brothers were still brothers at that time. They were not trans yet.
One of them, I believe, was trans by the time the second movie came out.
Okay, well, this was 2001. So
yeah.
No, I'm saying 2001 when this Friends episode came out, and then
also The Matrix is an allegory for being trans. Also,
no
there's
clue
a trans
about that.
character in The Matrix.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Friends, late to the show.
I'm gonna
again.
finish what I was saying. Again, the main
Which
character with the
shows
most
woker?
growth. The main character with the most growth, Chandler, has a dad who was gay for like his entire life, and he was like ashamed of that. And then his dad like transitioned to being a woman, and he was like ashamed of that too. And then eventually they made up, and he invited his dad to the wedding, and was like very proud of him.
Family Guy
Very pro-gay.
did that too. With Quagmire's dad.
Season 8, episode 15.
Friends did it first, though. Just want to point that.
Family Guy did it better.
Did they?
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
If you're
in fact, Family Guy did it
interested.
worse because they made a joke out of.
Yeah, it
and
was a joke.
It took like years for
yeah.
them to like renege on that.
Well, to settle all this, you've seen both shows. Which one do you like more?
I think the audience already knows.
The Office, obviously.
Yeah. And what reasons for that?
I mean, there's a lot of character growth. Like the way they film it is really cool though too, because like they do it in like an awkward kind of setting, so that it makes the scenes more awkward, but that makes it be more funny at the same time. Dwight is my favorite character. Friends is good though. Like I watched both shows. Friends is a good show. I would recommend watching it, but I would recommend The Office way more because it just has a lot more than Friends.
It's also the.
I just know how to explain.
Let me shit
how-
on Friends for a little more.
Shit
I'm not
on
ready to be
Friends.
done.
Which show is woker? Is basically what this argument bogged down to.
Yeah, which show's woker?
Wouldn't that be The Office? The Office is more,
probably,
I guess, more.
I think it's kind of a
than-
tie.
I don't really know. To
Yeah,
be
I don't know.
honest.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know.
It's kind of a tie.
But Friends to me feels like a show. It's kind of like background noise. You just kind of put it on, let it play. You don't really have to pay attention to it. You could miss probably like 5 episodes or so and tune back in 5 episodes later and probably get the gist of what those previous 5 episodes were, or that you wouldn't miss much in those 5
What that
episodes.
tells me is that it's extra rewatchable and extra easy to pick up for
But
new audiences.
I hate shows like that where you can
Well,
just
that's a
tune them
personal
out.
opinion.
It is, but that's what this whole thing is
Now, these
what,
are,
what
these
we
are
like more.
These are objective truths.
Not
That's what
really.
We're going off of what's objectively better.
We were arguing over which show had more people of color in them and why that made it better.
I
Yeah,
really
but
don't
The
know which
Office
one would
is-
be the woker one, to be honest with you. Friends more pro-gay, but Office more
The
pro
Office
people of
is
Well,
color.
very-
yeah, it's
The
very
Office is
pro
pro-gay.
gay. Because
Steve Carell
there's even
kisses
an
a man.
episode. Yeah, there's that. But then there's another episode where, like it's for Valentine's Day or something, and like this one nail salon is doing like a deal, and like if you bring your couple, you'll get like half off or whatever. And Oscar and Daryl walk in, and basically the lady doesn't believe that. Like she's like, oh, we don't help 2 men. Like 2 men are not a couple. And then Daryl like grabs Oscar's hand and is like, yes, we are a couple. And like I'm really discriminated against right now, which is like really nice that they did that. but
Daryl's now I can't remember his actual name.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Remember-
he's the famous actor too.
Remember, so basically what we're going off of here, it sounds like the better sitcom out of all these because it's the wokest one, Modern Family. Modern Family's super woke.
I've never watched that show.
I never liked Modern Family.
I've seen maybe 2 episodes. They were kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it's the wokest one out of all of
Yeah.
these. So the real winner is Modern Family.
The Office is better.
Well, they have the gay couple, which are really cute, and then they adopt a little baby,
Trans
and then
baby.
I don't know, Sofia Vergara's in that, isn't she?
Yeah, it's
they have a
got.
trans baby.
Remember the baby like transitioned.
How young is the baby?
It wasn't a baby. She
Okay,
eventually,
you said
like,
the trans
when
baby.
she grows up, she transitions.
Okay.
Yeah. Before the
He
show was over,
transitioned.
I
I'm
was
pretty
like,
sure.
man, I guess the conservatives do have a point. Man,
No, legitimately,
they're
I think
trans in the babies.
I think even before the show was done, the boy transitioned to being a girl.
No,
Like the
they-
actual
They
actor,
adopted
or-
a daughter. Did they adopt another kid after the daughter?
Oh
like
no,
the actual actor
this would
playing the child.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
woke.
And then and well, it's everything about Modern Family is super woke. You
Super
got
woke.
you got like you got like blended families. You
The
got
old man dating the younger woman.
younger woman, younger woman of color.
Sophia.
Modern
you
Family
got
though
adoption shit, gay
came
shit.
out of the light of The Office.
Shut the fuck.
No, it
No,
totally
I
did.
agree. It's
It
that
really
whole.
did.
It's
Because
Because
that
they
whole,
like cut away and
the
they'll like do
documentarian. That's the other thing is The Office. You can make the argument also worsened sitcoms going forward because then every comedy became that for a minute in network television. It was both a pioneer and then also to its detriment.
But that's not The Office's fault.
Wait, no, slow down. You can't say The Office is the reason why Modern Family has the type of comedy style it does, and then also be like, it's not The Office's fault of what I just said, that every big hit comedy became
Well,
the same.
The difference though is that The Office had like a unique premise where we're going to film like a documentary style show around an office setting, and then every other show decided to just make a sitcom that like kind of like out of how Friends would have been. You could just take the characters of Friends and put them in Modern Family, and just film it in the way that Modern
Parks and
Family's
Rec.
filmed.
Parks and Rec,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I love Parks and
30
Rec.
Rock.
But
Never watched that one. But.
Modern Family is essentially just it's written like Friends, but then just filmed in the way of The Office.
Slow down. It's not written anything like
It's
Friends.
I'm saying it's just filmed in the way of The Office, but it doesn't have anything that The Office has. It's just like a normal sitcom.
What I'm getting at is The Office influenced all of those. Friends didn't influence none of that. The Office did because of the documentary style is what I'm getting at. And that's more so awkwardish humor.
The Office pioneered a new thing. Friends just took something that was already popular.
Friends was arguably the peak of.
It was.
You know what I mean?
But it didn't pioneer something. It was already a thing.
The only sitcom from the entire decade of the 90s in comparison to Friends was Seinfeld. And if like a top two. And we're talking about an all time for decades in the history of situational comedies, which is what sitcom stands for. Friends and Seinfeld are like always in everyone's top 10. We're talking about a peak show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's not peak. I'm just saying it was using a style that had already been a thing.
Uh-huh.
The Office was brand new. Mm-hmm. It was its own thing. Pioneered.
This is about to be an anti-Friends thing I'm about to say, but also
I got nothing anti-Office to say.
Friends took from the show Living Single, which is a black sitcom. I'm saying black sitcom. They just starred black people. That's an awesome show, but it's about 5 friends, not 6, in New York City. They're all working people in the prime of their careers and stuff.
Oh, really?
Normal white shit stealing.
There's like actual evidence like that said like the creators of Friends took inspiration from Living Single. I mean, Friends is about 6 single people in New York. And
that's how woke The Office is. They saw what the English were doing and stole their shit instead.
Which is what we've been doing. Which is what we've been doing in America for decades now.
Fuck the Brits.
Fuck the Brits, God. I guess. Nah, we
except
like
for Adele
and Florence Pugh.
And all the
she's British.
Really nice British people. Yeah.
You don't know Florence Pugh is British?
No.
Love her.
She's awesome.
She is.
There's a lot of awesome British.
Harry Styles.
I always, when I'm scrolling Twitter and I'm on my right-wing Twitter, they'll always post
your
like
right-wing Twitter.
They'll always post like some guy will post clips of people and they're like, look at what they're doing to our women. And Florence Pugh's always one of them, and they always take like a photo where like she either has like really short hair or like super slick back hair and like a septum piercing, and usually has like some crazy makeup going on. They like take the worst picture of her possible, and they'll put her on like a thing with like 3 or 4 other women, and just like look what they're doing to our women. So that's the only context I ever see Florence Pugh in is when I'm scrolling Twitter, and that
one
just
of the
pops up.
One of the most successful actresses of our specific.
They do it for Zendaya
time.
too, like. All the right-wing people on Twitter will post Zendaya and be like, look at how ugly our women are now. Like,
Zendaya's gorgeous.
Both of them are beautiful people.
They're very beautiful.
Zendaya, man.
Yeah, they're all.
The hell?
I swear, dude. Sometimes Republicans are just the He-Man. Just the He-Man.
We didn't talk
haters.
about this last week, but we might as well.
He-Man woman haters.
There's like a whole thing online now against Sydney Sweeney. You know, she's been like the poster child for like...
Yeah, she became like a new sex symbol.
Yeah, like look at how hot this woman is or whatever. Mm-hmm. Pictures of her got posted. She's been filming some new movie, so she like bulked up a little bit for it. I think she's playing like a wrestler or something.
She's playing a woman wrestler, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so she like kind of bulked up for it a little bit. And she got... Paparazzi took pictures of her while she was outside in like her swimming suit, and she has like a little bit of extra weight on her, and her skin's like kind of pale. She doesn't have makeup on or anything 'cause she was swimming. And they took pictures of her and they got posted all over, and all of these like right-wing guys are like, look at what they did to like our woman. Like they're like, she's ugly now, she's like fat. They're just going off.
A lot of Republicans,
so fucked up.
Male Republicans are literally just like the grown adult version of like the He-Man woman haters from like the Little Rascals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they've grown up and it's like they still hate women for no reason.
It's also
like why
they kind of expose
they're
them.
all incels.
That's the thing. They kind of expose themselves as being incels though.
They don't even like women.
Because for like 2 years now, the same accounts have been like championing Sydney Sweeney and posting all her pictures when she's on like the red carpet. But then the second she's not in like a full thing of makeup, they're like, oh, she's fucking ugly. And it's like, you just exposed you've never slept with like a woman like ever.
Sydney Sweeney is gorgeous.
That's what happens though, is that they'll have makeup on, and then the next morning they take their makeup off, of course. So it's
Duh.
like you've never actually seen like what a woman looks like.
Oh my god.
Like that's what they're exposing, though. Is like you've never actually seen a woman.
It's fucking pathetic.
It is.
That was a little tangent. That was like
Oh,
the big
God.
thing, though. It was the Luigi shit
Lord.
happened, and then the Sydney Sweeney stuff broke, and that was just all my Twitter for like weeks.
No, it was so sad because she was like crying, like reading like the comments
But
and everything.
now
against
she's
her.
been on like a little tear, though. Ever since then, she's done like a couple photo shoots where she like has put on a bunch of makeup.
It's-
She's like wearing like
what's really fucked up for me is, to a certain degree, like, again, we agree all Florence Pugh is beautiful too, but she like bucks a trend of non-traditionally looking to a small degree of like Hollywood leading actress. Like, she's not super skinny and stuff, and just like she doesn't have a super narrow face and everything else, and she does shave her head like on like half of her roles so far. She has like really short hair and stuff like that, and continues to do that. So even she's kind of like bucking traditional Hollywood trends, which really are arbitrary and shouldn't exist anymore, but here we are. So yeah.
she also stole Timothy Chalamet in Dune from Zendaya.
I didn't see Dune 2.
Well, she
so
was
I'm
forced
ruining it.
Sorry. I thought you had.
I wish.
I
That
just
was
ruined
good.
it.
Nah.
Oh, did we watch the second one?
No, I watched it. I don't think you did.
No, you watched it at your parents' house. Didn't
Yeah.
You? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was
I-
awesome.
Timothy Chalamet is okay, but I mean Florence Pugh, but and
Who do we
Zendaya.
like more, Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet?
Timothy Chalamet is. one
Oh,
of
I'd
the-
say Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
I just don't like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and I just put like a bad like stake in my spine or something. Like
I
every
used to
time I
be
see
the
him
opposite.
as Spider-Man,
I
I'm
used to
just
like
like-
Tom Holland more, but the more I'd see Timothy Chalamet, the more I'm like, he seems like a cool guy.
He is like
does seem like
a
a cool guy.
really cool dude, but he's going on these bro podcasts now, and that's turning me off now. Just now,
Well,
like he
have
was
you-
just
have you-
on.
Theo Von.
He's playing Bob
Yeah.
Dylan.
But have you seen his what he talks about on there
Yeah,
though?
he's kind of progressive stuff.
Yeah.
but like it's like, don't go on the bro podcast though.
Why?
Fuck the bro podcast.
What is
No,
Bro
we have to
podcast?
go on the bro podcast though.
What is the Bro podcast?
Like the kind of right wing adjacent podcast.
Oh,
Fuck
That was the
those.
whole argument, was that we should have like left wing people go on these podcasts more and like challenge their ideas, especially Theo Von's. Though.
I'm more in the Kyle Kalinske camp of like, fuck it, just call these people out now. Why are we like being
Yeah.
nice towards all of them? Like, he has big regret for these last 10 years, basically, like being nice to Joe Rogan and all the times he went on. It's like, why was I being nice to this asshole this whole time? I'm just going to call him a Nazi or whatever.
I agree with some of them, like Joe Rogan. Some of these other podcasters should be called out, but Theo Von is not really political, but he does bring up politics every now and then. But he's like a lot more mute about it. So I feel like Theo Von is one where you do just kind of get in there, say your ideas, maybe have a little bit of an argument back and forth, but kind of leave it at that. Because Theo just comes off as like too nice of a guy. Like you don't want to just start screaming at him.
Tom Holland is really cool. I just wish
Oh.
he got the chance
Yeah,
to be
he-
in more stuff. What are you going to say?
I was saying like he does seem like a good like person. Like I mean he's dating Zendaya, so
That just shows he's getting
He's
making good
dating a
choices.
black woman. He's in the clear.
Oh, did you?
Oh my God, that's not what I was talking
have
about.
Have you seen any of the Shamiek Moore shit? It's
Oh yeah,
it's
with
so
Haley
bad.
Steinfeld.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
So, how?
yeah.
Shamiek Moore is like the voice of Miles Morales in like the Spider-Verse movies.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And
he's-
she's Gwen.
he's-
She's Gwen.
Haley
in those.
Steinfeld is? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay.
Haley, so the first one came out like 6 years ago. From that time, you know, they've filmed 2 movies together and they've done the voiceover stuff. So they've had to do a ton of media. And basically for like 6 years, there's like clips of him like trying to like flirt, like when they're on camera, like doing these like booth interviews and stuff, promoting the movie. Never goes well, always looks super awkward. Haley Steinfeld, as you know, just got engaged to, you know, NFL superstar Josh Allen.
I didn't know that, but good for her.
And well,
Hate that guy.
and
Why?
On
Yeah,
Twitter, the
no
day they
reason.
got engaged, there were just a bunch of people posting. They're like, he's has to be good at football. He has to like get Haley Steinfeld and like just like mauling and
incels
shit.
and
Oh my
shit.
God.
Just like Josh Allen has to be 6'2". Like,
He's 6'5".
yeah, whatever.
God.
No, but
they lie. He's not.
He's not 6'5".
he's huge.
They lie.
No, but point is so anyway, he posted some really weird cryptic shit. Really cryptic
Yeah.
message.
What
It was
did he
something like you
post?
gotta keep moving on. You gotta like
Yeah.
take the punches or some shit
And then,
like that.
and then everybody was like calling him out on Twitter. And
Yeah.
then he's like, "Oh, I didn't even realize she
Yeah.
got engaged.
He tried to lie.
Congratulations to her."
Yeah, he tried to lie
Ew.
because that was definitely what that was about.
That's not the worst part.
That gives me
Yeah.
the ick. Like, just
No.
hearing about that. Ew.
This one I just found out about like this morning. This one should give you the ick.
What?
So okay, so you remember the Homecoming movie, Spider-Man Homecoming?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the black chick he tries to get with that's not Zendaya in that one?
Mm-hmm.
The Vulture's daughter? That actress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he post? He posted something. There was like a photo shoot they filmed together like years ago where they're like really close to each other. And it's kind of like, it's captionless or whatever, but he posted it on like his Instagram or something. And they're like filmed really close together. And then like she asked him like not publicly to like take it down. She's like, I'm fully engaged. I don't like what this is even insinuating. It's from like years ago. Why are you posting that now? He didn't listen, kept it up. And then like she basically called him out on like a video fully saying like, this is fucked up. Like, and basically said like,
Yeah.
I'm engaged. So anybody insinuating I'm with Shamiek, I'm not. And what did she say? She said it's freak shit or something like that. She basically
Oh.
said like, yeah, this dude is weird and it's freak shit. And I asked him to take it down. He didn't. But I'm engaged to this whole other person. Like, she called him out publicly on social media. And then he had to post like a whole black and white video, you know, those black and white, like a black and white video saying like, this is all taken out of context. And it also didn't take it down.
Well, clearly not. He sounds like a dick.
Well, how anti-DEI of Haley Steinfeld, though?
Getting with the white guy.
Yeah, just the perfect white guy and leaving our black brother behind.
Your black brother? Your black brother specifically?
Yeah, Shamiek looks bad. And then obviously people are clowning him on social media because he's officially the only Spider-Man.
To be
The
single.
only film Spider-Man to not get with his co-star who's like the opposite, like who he's in a relationship with in the movie.
Yeah,
Every single other one, like Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, dated for a while.
Andrew Garfield.
And Emma Stone.
Yeah, they did.
And then now Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Have you ever seen that super cringe clip where I don't remember her name either, but the Vulture's daughter walks up to Tom Holland on the red carpet and like kind of like walks up and like tries to scoop his arm in, and he's with Zendaya at the time, so he goes like this and he's like, oh, and he like scoops her around as like a friend because he has his other friend in his arm and like pulls them all together and he's like, yeah, we're all friends.
the
Like it's very cringe because you can see he's like, no, let's not do that. Let's.
Yeah.
And then he's like, we're all friends here.
Oh my god.
Zendaya's lurking in the back, ready to just be
She has every right
donkey
to.
punch a girl.
She has every right
They
to.
just
Drop
get into
kick
a full
her.
fight.
She just runs in and just
Could you imagine?
drop kicks her.
Red carpets need shit like that.
Yeah.
Because you know there's so much petty beef that goes on between all these people. Just have like a brawl happen on a red carpet sometime. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah.
In the age of social media, that you just can't get away with the same stuff, and celebrities talk about it all the time. Like, these people party and do all this shit under wraps with each other, but it's just not the same. Like what it could have been, like what it used to be 25 to 30 plus 40 years ago in Hollywood. Like, I remember a couple years ago now,
Drugs.
Jennifer Aniston had had an interview for like a magazine, and she mentioned, she was like, Hollywood parties just aren't as fun as they used to be. And I was listening to this one podcast which were like talking about that interview she had, and she was like, what she's really saying is you just can't do lines of coke the same way you can't used to.
Yeah.
God.
We just can't do cocaine out in public anymore
Yeah.
and get away with it.
Heroin's not, a big deal anymore. Crack?
Lauren?
It's
Crack?
really about getting away with
Crack is
it.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Crack is?
I think there was one celebrity who I just saw that was doing crack.
There's crackheads in Hollywood?
Crack
I
is
think
making
so.
a comeback.
There was one like celebrity who,
Was it Jonathan Majors?
it might be. I don't remember.
Let's just throw accusations on them. They already have been. Just throw stuff out. It's probably Johnny Depp.
I wouldn't
mean,
be surprised.
he's been on
Love
something,
him,
probably.
but
Yeah, Johnny Depp probably.
I'm not. You
probably
love
does
him?
crack.
Fuck Johnny Depp.
Yeah, fuck Johnny Depp.
I was
Team
Team
Am-
Johnny. Fuck Amber.
Team Amber.
I was
Yeah.
not Team Amber. Well, I mean,
Team
they
Amber
both
for
did
sure.
really. They both
She's
did
another
messed
one
up
that's always in
things.
those pictures with Florence Pugh. They'll take like some nasty picture of Amber.
They do that with
Heard.
any woman.
I know.
It's like
But
any of
there's
them.
there's a couple women that are in like all of them.
Well, I mean, they both. We should have done a debate. I mean, not the debate.
I mean, you're just wrong though. Is the problem?
Well, I'm saying like they both did messed up things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
They did
like,
do
I
messed
like
up
Johnny
things,
more
but
than
one of them
Amber.
was beating the fuck out of the other one.
Yeah, there's like video of that
one
one,
of them
being a drunk.
crapped in the bed.
So if you took a crap in someone's bed, they're just allowed to beat you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it was gross.
So what are we talking about?
I don't know.
He's
just
throwing
saying.
like glasses and shit.
I'm just
at
saying
her.
they both did mess up things, but I appreciate Johnny Depp more than Amber Heard. That's what I'm saying.
Through that whole-
That's just because he's a more iconic actor and has been more
I
successful.
think he's like a nice person, minus what he did to Amber.
Through that whole time, I kept going. I'm like, he did this. Like he's guilty
He did,
as shit.
He did
like
do it. I never say he didn't do it. I'm just
he
saying,
should be in
like,
jail right
People
now.
don't
They both should
realize
be.
in that
What? What should she be in jail for?
In that trial, people don't
Lying.
realize in that trial it wasn't like him saying he wasn't guilty of those things. It was a
Yeah.
defamation trial.
Yeah.
Basically saying you're trying to defame me with certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm not like saying I didn't do
Well, she
But-
did. She did lie.
But
in
that
court.
was the U.S. one though, because in the British court case, that one was like a criminal trial, and he was found guilty there.
Yeah.
He
was.
was literally found guilty in the British trial, but in the U.S. trial, where it wasn't to the same standard, they found him not guilty. We're also stupid over here, though. Brits, I'll give you one. We're dumber than you some of the time.
If there was any Johnny Depp related thing over here, I'd throw it off the
Yeah,
camera
I'm not
right
letting
now.
it up there. Like, I'm pretty sure we had Pirates of the Caribbean, but we left it off on purpose.
I'd piss on that case.
Yeah.
Fuck Johnny Depp.
Yep, for real.
I'll argue with you guys on another one though, because one that you guys are like more anti and I'm more pro. Victoria Justice.
Oh, bar.
Love her. Love
I mean,
her.
I think she is a great singer. I think she's a
I
great
don't really
actress.
have anything to argue with.
I just do not like. I think she's just really toxic. She tried to say that she was a better singer than Ariana Grande. I mean, girl can sing.
Are you
but,
talking about the clip where she's like, "We all sing"?
well, there's
all-
that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
when she was
I
like, "We all
remember that.
sing."
Well, we
it's
all
not just
sing.
her. And then, okay, well, I'm sorry. Sit down. Like,
We
I
all-
think she's a good
We
singer.
all
I think
sing,
she-
but Ariana Grande
she
sings.
sangs. Yeah.
I knew that.
She sang.
Like the he didn't say I couldn't sing when they couldn't talk or whatever.
I just think that a lot of like the random beef is fully overblown, and she said that multiple times. Of
She
like,
has.
there is no jealousy thing here, or whatever. That's just what people want to
This
drum
would
up.
be a good red carpet match.
Oh yeah.
Ariana Grande, Victoria Justice. Victoria Justice has the height advantage,
She
but
does.
Ariana Grande seems scrappy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she
Scrappy?
seems like she'll like take a hit or two.
Yeah.
I don't think Victoria Justice could.
Pulling some hair
She's
out.
just
Yeah.
throwing Ethan Slater to go against Victoria Justice.
That's
Well,
the other
he's,
thing.
he's tiny too, though, isn't he? He's like
He's
5'6"
very
or
tiny.
something.
He's very tiny.
yeah.
But him against
Yeah.
Victoria Justice, like tag team.
That's the other
She
thing.
seems tall. She seems
She
like
is
she's like
tall.
6 foot or
No.
something.
And she's like
Ooh,
5'10".
Victoria Justice.
No, she's
5'10",
5'6".
5'11".
No.
Oh.
Oh, really?
No, she's 5'6".
She seems so
she's
tall.
tall for a woman. She's 5'6".
How tall's Ariana Grande?
She's like 5'2", 5'1". She's shorter, way
Okay.
shorter.
Okay.
I thought she was taller.
No, Victoria Justice is like 5'6". She's tall for women. For
The
like
red
a grown
carpet
woman.
lie.
I'm 5'8".
Yeah, you're a giant.
5'8" is not a giant.
I've said that for years. You tower over me. You're like an
Not like-
Amazonian woman every time I see you.
I'm an Amazonian woman.
Yes.
Wow.
For context, audience, I am Ethan Slater's height. I am 5'6".
Let me clarify some heights.
Yeah, I want to see how tall Ariana. I don't think she's 5'1". I think she's
I
like
think
5'3".
Victoria Justice is taller
I thought
too.
she's like 5'11".
No, Victoria Justice is like
I thought
5'6".
she was like
Why do you know
5'11".
all these people's heights?
Yeah, do you look them up on a daily?
She's 5'5", Victoria Justice.
Okay, yeah,
How old is
that's
Ariana
about
Grande?
right.
I mean, how tall is she? I know how old she is.
5'1".
5'1".
She looks 5'1".
How tall is Ethan Slater? I want to know how tall Ethan Slater is.
He's 5'7".
Oh, he's taller than her then.
I'm 5'6.5". It's the
He's
same.
taller than you. You could be Bach.
I could be Bob.
Ethan
You could be
Slater
a-
could beat you up because he's
All
taller.
right. half inch.
He looks like he's buff from like the
He's-
one picture I've seen.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
got a
looks
little
like-
wide. He's kind of wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks insane too, and I'm not just saying that because he's a ginger.
No, all gingers are crazy though.
Man.
They all got that like look in their eye that they could like kill 20
Hey,
people at any
mess
given
up.
moment.
We've insulted British people and now gingers all. And
They're
Except
all,
not
you know.
Cynthia Erivo.
I love the Irish though.
The Irish.
how can you hate
Yeah.
gingers but love the Irish?
Gingers that don't live in Ireland, we should probably send back to Ireland.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He's British.
Well, I don't know where all these people come
Ed
from.
Sheeran is British, though.
He is. but
He's
he is-
British. He's not Irish.
But he
He's
is
not
a
Irish.
ginger.
He is a ginger, but he's not Irish.
Well, they should send him back.
Oh my gosh. No,
He probably
wasn't
hates the
guy
Irish.
from Grey's Anatomy, redhead. Is he Scottish?
Ethan Slater?
No,
From Crazy
the one
Anatomy.
from Grey's Anatomy. The guy who dated Christina Yang.
Oh,
Owen Hunt. He's
I think
actually
he's like Scottish, yeah.
or Irish or something.
Even still, though, the Scottish hate the British too.
I got a couple other things that's, pro Victoria versus Ariana. Obviously how she even got with Ethan Slater is still kind of murky and fucked up.
Let her live her life. That's all I say.
That's what you're gonna say about all the supposed infidelity, possibly.
Well, if that's really true, where he left his wife of 7 years who just had a newborn baby to be with Ariana Grande, that's messed up. But like, I love her.
And they were definitely probably a thing before.
They probably were a thing,
before.
but I mean,
That's fucked up.
that is fucked up if that's
That's
true.
that's what Yes and
But
is
that's
about.
like
Is her
that's
basically
like,
saying like, yeah, I probably
alleged.
did some
Like
shit.
it's not like, I don't know. I just think that I don't know what I don't know.
I think Yes and is like kind of an admission, and also her saying like, I don't care.
Well, because she was like, yes, and like that song is like, who cares whose dick I ride, and like stuff like that. Like in the song, she says that in the song.
Who cares if I'm a home wrecker or not? Even though
I mean, she is a queen.
allegedly,
So Ariana Grande is like Amber Heard.
How?
I don't know.
also while we're in this area,
We should
You can make
poop
a
in Ethan Slater's bed.
you can make a strong argument that she's also a bit of a culture vulture.
Ariana Grande?
100%.
Victoria Justice isn't popular enough to be a culture vulture.
That's not really the point. What I'm
No, it
getting
is
at.
the point.
I'm saying
That's
like,
part of it. for
No, I'm
sure.
saying Ariana Grande. If you look at like her, like people have made videos of like the tone of her voice and just a lot of different things from like 5 years to 10 years ago and stuff like that. Very much more black coded, and then now not at all.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
they
like, don't ape off of, again, and we've mentioned this before with a few other people, aping off of black culture for your benefits to get upwards, and then I'm gonna split and change things up.
Have you seen? People think she's on Ozempic right now.
Oh, she's bone skinny.
Yeah.
And I don't even try to
Ariana
get
Grande?
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like super
She doesn't
tiny.
have like the Ozempic face though.
She kind of does. To me, she
Well,
does.
because you can see Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, she has the Ozempic face.
Like,
and,
if you see Ariana Grande's face, it's so narrow now. Like, her,
and just her.
well, she
body.
had the buccal
Yeah.
fat removal, and then I don't think she's actually on Ozempic. That's weird.
she seems very frail right
She's
now.
skinny
I don't
as
think
is,
she's beaten
but-
Victoria Justice.
Yeah, no,
Ariana Grande from like 2 or 3 years ago, scrappy, you know.
Yeah, honestly, I just feel. I hope she's healthy. That's all. Whenever I see her,
well,
I'm like,
she
looks
just posted
unhealthy.
that TikTok about saying that this is her like she is healthy, like she's not doing anything, like she just posted a video because people were commenting about her body.
Could be heroin.
She's not doing heroin. Why would she do heroin?
Why not?
To feel
She's rich.
something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, feel, at that point, you've done everything. You've seen everything.
You
What's
fucked
the next step?
SpongeBob, you
Yeah.
know?
What's the next step? You gotta do some drugs
Do some drugs.
to feel something in your cold
Also-
and miserable, depressing life.
Also,
I
Victoria
love her.
Justice's newer music decently
It's so-
underrated.
It's
Okay.
I like the feel.
it's okay. It's okay. It's
That's why
okay.
I said it's underrated. You know.
Right.
It's okay.
Speaking of
Heroin.
Speaking of Victoria Justice, Ariana Grande though, here's a big topic. We're all around the same age.
Well, do we want to save this for a different one? We're over an hour.
The last one was almost 2
I know,
hours.
and we shouldn't have been 2 hours.
So we're cutting it.
Yeah, we should cut it.
Bazinga, y'all.
Yeah, goodbye.
We'll
Nips,
be here.
Nips should be here sometime.
Nips.
We might do a short little episode or something sometime this week. Get him back on here. So stay tuned for that.
Thanks for joining us with our friend here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.